Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the Doc of Detox show. Today's show is Avacen, Mastering Microcirculation with Thomas Muehlbauer. Now, this is such an important topic because guess what? It's always been about circulation. And guess what? The circulation that matters the most is the circulation within your cells. Does everybody know here that you cannot have any type of disease, which there are no diseases, just symptoms, okay? You cannot have any symptoms like inflammation, swelling, pain, none of those, okay, if your microcirculation was working proper. Now, did you also know that we have macrocirculation and microcirculation? And when your macrocirculation, your arteries and your veins, like now you've got varicose veins and now you've got cholesterol problems, now you've got plaque in your arteries. Did you know that your microcirculation's already shut down and you're already dying? You are. Nobody wants to say that. No, we wouldn't want to say that. Wouldn't want to scare anybody. No, we just want to let people not know anything about health. And people do not know hardly anything about health, and it's not their fault. Because guess what? The medical system doesn't know anything about health. It knows about sickness. And that's what it is. It's a sickness business. And understand, you need to mind your own business, and that means become your own practitioner. Now, why am I talking like this? Well, because of this. Because you need to bring health home. Do you ever know that? Oh no, honey, when are you going to go see the doctor for that treatment for your circulatory problem? Well, honey, they can get me in 6 weeks. Oh, really? And then you're going to go and get a treatment from the doctor, and that's just going to make everything better until what? The next treatment? Understand something. It's called a perfect day strategy. It's knowing how to think. It's knowing how to drink. It's knowing how to eat. And understand this, of any device that you want in your house, okay, and that's before your vibrating lazy boy, okay, that you think is giving you circulation, it would be an Avacen. Did you know that Avacen will increase the microcirculation in the human body by no less than 67%? Did you know that PEMF devices that will cost even 3 times and 4 times the amount of this will only increase your circulation by 32%? Now, there's something you might want to think about. Did you also know that your arteries and veins make up only 26% of your circulation, that the arterioles, the venules, and the lymph vessels make up the other 74%? Nobody told you that either. You know, it's one thing to be caught in traffic on the highway, but just think if we had no side streets to get home. And home would actually be your cells. And in your cells, you've got mitochondria. And without microcirculation, your mitochondria get damaged, and they create the ATP that creates the energy. Did you know that? Did you know that you have to make 85 kilograms of ATP if you weigh 75 kilograms? Did you know that? That's per day. All right. So now, how are you going to get well when you can't get off the couch or you're laying in bed and you're sick? So what do sick people need? They need energy, but you can't have energy unless you have circulation. So let's talk to Thomas Muehlbauer, who invented the Avacen, and he invented the Avacen for, I think it was his nephew. He did it for his mother. And understand something. Isn't it usually the way that when we have love, we have passion, and we're doing something for somebody else, good always comes. Tom, what do you think?
Oh, you're absolutely right about that. And that's been the whole journey over the last 14 years. 14 years ago, I was working with the chair of biology at Stanford University on human thermal regulation. And I had a sister-in-law who had over 20 years of chronic migraines. And I had been working separately on trying to find anything that could help her. And using some of the human thermal regulation that I was working with, and I found a research on a study that was being done to help women with thyroid problems. And this doctor was using T3 hormones, and his purpose or his hypothesis was that if he could raise the core body temperature of the women with thyroid problems,
right,
he would in fact get the enzymes and the hormones to be working like they should. And one thing he didn't expect to find is that by raising the core body temperature, migraineurs were getting relief. And so I said, aha. And I had a dream. I really did. It was an actual dream that why don't we try it the other way? And I did, and I helped my sister-in-law, and she had a great experience with it. So then over the next 6 years, we were trying to figure out really what we were doing. I didn't know much about microcirculation, but we did have a lot of doctors that were getting amazing results on a whole host of things. So we formed a committee at the California Institute of Regenerative Medicine in Irvine, California. And after about 3 months, we all figured out that we were increasing microcirculation. And at that time, there were very few people that talked about microcirculation. But you're so absolutely right. And I keep learning. I keep learning every day from people that call up with experiences with the machine. But there's two things that I think that are super important for people to understand. Is this is the only way, and we have a lot of people that use our machine to accelerate their process of meditation and of yoga. And there's two things about the machine. One of them is very effective because it's very easy to use. It's very convenient. It will. I have a background in computer research and engineering, and so there's over 4,000 computer instructions in that machine. So when you put your hand in and you press the button, I did that for my mom because my mom couldn't really even operate the remote for the TV at 88 years old.
Right.
She couldn't record a program. So I had to do something with this discovery so my mom could use it. And so when you put your hand in here and you press the go button, then I start working, and our mechanism of action is pretty straightforward. I'm warming the blood in the palm of your hand, and systemically, I'm increasing microcirculation throughout the whole body. But these 4,000 computer instructions keep checking all of the sensors. You can be a ballerina, you can be a small child, you can be a sumo wrestler, and we have all of those people using the machine. But they don't have to worry about setting knobs, setting their body weight, their BMI, or anything else. We do all the work for you, and that's one of the things that I'm the most proud of. And the second one is that we engage the parasympathetic, and right now I've been studying insulin resistance, and it is so important to get rid of that stress factor in your life and get rid of insulin resistance, because insulin resistance, as you well know, is responsible for just about every abnormality in the body, and it's huge from where it used to be.
Yeah.
So,
if I can say something, so
yeah, please.
okay, so I'm going to come back to this just for a second and kind of talk about it. But what we've seen is, especially with what's going on in the last 2 years, people do not come out of a sympathetic state, which is not sympathetic to your needs. It is fight, fight, flight. And understand something, everyone. When you're in that, and you don't even know you're in that because it's like this slow drip from a tap, okay? And you're continually just dripping the adrenaline, the cortisol into your body. All you need is one drip, and that one drip puts you into a sympathetic state, which means that your energy is always in your legs and it's always in your arms. Now that is going to create acidity over time. Not only can you not think straight, you cannot heal, because the energy leaves the core of the body. When you're in a parasympathetic state, your energy returns to the core and you heal. And this is why anybody that has cancer, anybody that has a heart disease, or anybody has an autoimmune disease and they've been told that you're not going to heal, or it doesn't look very good, or most people don't survive, they're talking statistically, and that stresses you out even more. So it even causes more of a problem. If you can't teach your body to go back into a parasympathetic state, then you're in a big trouble. And if I can say this, Tom, I'm going to kind of set the stage. So, are you willing to go and meditate every day? Are you willing to do yoga every day? Are you willing to connect to your breath and do breathing every day? Well, yes, you probably are, but guess what? Only 1 out of 1,000 people are willing to do that. That's a statistic, and it's true. People do not have the energy, they do not have the motivation. Now understand, since we brought this on a few years ago, this has made the biggest difference in my clinic. Right, Serena?
Yes.
So Serena, she knows, she loves the Avacen. That's why she's on the show with me today. But Here's the deal. How would you like something that actually will put you into a parasympathetic state, which is a healing state, which means you're now in the present moment and you own it. When you own the present moment, you own your life. And this will do it in about 6 to 7 minutes. And you'll know it. You'll know it. You'll have a sense of peace come over you. And if you did a little slight smile, you would really feel peaceful. And if you connected to the lion heart breathing, that would even help more. When people use this, Tom, we get them to do what's called belly button therapy. And then we get them to do the Avacen. We get them to do lion heart breathing and a slight smile. I'm telling you what, we have people, and we prove it to them. We tell them, you've been running an anxiety program all your life. No, this is who I am. This is my personality. And I go, no, it's not your personality. You've just been doing it for so long. You don't know what being in a parasympathetic state and relaxed and feeling at peace with the world is. Most people are on their toes and they're waiting for something to go wrong, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for the bomb to go off. And so if you can't come back into that parasympathetic state, you are continually draining the battery until you are not at ease. You will become the disease. So your personality becomes the disease. Now we're talking about a device. We're talking about a device that works on an emotional and physical level. Now that's what you need. Now what if you had a device and you had to use it 5 times a day? Tom, I have a lady that I actually had to put on, I didn't put her on it, I asked her to do it. I said, do at least 5 minutes, okay, to 10 minutes, and do it every hour, okay? Because she had panic attacks, and they were so bad, Tom, she said she was suicidal. So we had her do that and the belly button, but we had her do the Avacen, and guess what? Well, let's just put it this way. It took her just a matter of 8-9 days, and she said, I want to live. I no longer want to kill myself. So understand, I get it, everybody. Anxiety causes adrenaline and cortisol to dump into your body. Your body can only take so much of it. And when you're dumping adrenaline and cortisol for more than 3 minutes, you cause a brain burn. You're actually causing inflammation in your brain. You're causing scar tissue. So your brain will actually cause you to shut down like an overheated computer, and then you'll go into depression. And then guess what? Now you're on medication. Take it away, Tom.
Well, you got that right. I couldn't have said it better myself. The anxiety so Saturday we were at we were invited to the Academy Awards pre-awards day to demonstrate the Avacen machine, because one of the big stars has our machine, and he says all of his friends are suffering from anxiety. They have this situation where they work their lives to become famous, and now famous does nothing but causes them anxiety. And so that was new to me. So we had people put their hands in. We had people that in 5 or 7 minutes just fell asleep. I mean, they were sitting in a chair with their head down.
And you know what? They didn't fall asleep. They went into peace.
Yes, that's
the body will put you to sleep when it needs to shut down and repair. So this puts them into a peristaltic state, peristalsis, not peristalsis, into a parasympathetic state. And when they go into a parasympathetic state, the body goes, holy crap, let's steal the time as much as we can to heal this person.
Yeah, Sunday we got not a lot of calls. We probably got 5 calls, which I thought was a lot, from people who said, I felt okay after that, but I slept last night like I haven't slept in 30 years. And how do I get your device? So like I say, I'm spending a lot of time these days on insulin resistance, because we did this study at San Diego State University where we were able to have people do an oral glucose tolerance test where you actually drink sugar, basically. And we found that within 30 minutes of filling your body with sugar, we were able to get rid of 62 milligrams per deciliter of glucose in the body.
What does that mean, Tom?
To put that in perspective, if you're diabetic, you're a type 2 diabetic, to get rid of 62 milligrams a deciliter, you would have to walk briskly for an hour to get rid of that much glucose out of your blood. So with type 2 diabetic people, they are the least compliant people. And for your example, for meditation, everybody would said I can do it, but to keep it up or to be compliant with a meditation routine, very few people do it. The same thing with people with type 2 diabetes. If with proper diet and with proper exercise, you can control it to a certain extent. But with with being able to um, after having a meal, sit down and put your hand in the Avacen and accomplish the same thing that you would by going out and walking briskly for an hour is totally amazing. So that got me onto under trying to understand why the world has gone crazy in the last 15 years of people becoming insulin resistant. And that's a
Stress.
whole other
It's
subject
stress.
for a great show.
Yeah, well, if you've got stress, then nothing else is going to work. All the attention goes on the run. So, it's like this. There's danger, okay, and then there's fear. Now, let's just talk about this. Everybody who's watching the show right now, think about this. When's the last time that your life was truly in danger? Not imaginary, really in danger. You thought you were going to be killed. You thought you were going to die. I bet you can't tell me. And I bet you if you can only tell me it happened once or twice in your whole life. But guess what? How many people here know that 75 years ago, we used to have 3 anxiety moments that would really rock and shock our body? How many people here know that before COVID, we'd have 17 of those a day, and now we have over, they say, 120 of those in a daytime? So now what happened is, your imagination, because you bought into the narrative, you told the story long enough and strong enough that you made a paper tiger into a real tiger. Because guess what? Every time that you are fearful, your mind does not know that it's not a real tiger. It's just a paper tiger. So you're going to go through the same biologic, metabolic process as if there's a tiger ready to bite your butt and you've got 3 minutes to get up that tree. But then you go and you run it every day, and you run it a few times, quite a few times, as I just told you, every day. So that's what's going on. And guess what? If all the energy is going in to save your life, then there's not going to be going any of it for your metabolism or for insulin or for anything else.
Yeah, one of the other things is you don't have any tigers or people beating down your front door. But what will cause this sympathetic system to go crazy on the flight or fright is just an argument with your child, an argument with your spouse. And when you go back on those statistics you just talked about over the years, there's one thing that goes hand in hand in hand with that, and that's obesity. If you take and put a graph right next to the number of events that you have that cause stress over the years, like you say, it used to be 3, now it's 17 a day. That's
No, now since the last 2 years, it's over 120 stressful moments.
wow.
Well,
I
because
wasn't
remember,
aware of that. Yeah.
they were gonna kick our doors down. They were gonna take our children, Tom. So
Yes.
understand something. You tell that to yourself long enough and strong enough, it doesn't leave right away until you can tell a new story just as strong.
Wow. That's why you've got a great idea what you're doing. I love what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if we don't use energy medicine to realign ourselves, I don't know how else we're gonna do it. I really don't. I mean, people say, well, I go have a sauna. And I know one thing, infrared sauna, every sauna in the world can't even come near this. I don't know what the stats are, but I think you did a study, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
And what
We
was
did.
that?
Um, well, first of all, we're much more convenient. That's obvious. Okay, but the fact is that in 15 minutes we were able to do. You'd have to sit in the sauna for 45 minutes. Or it was 42 minutes, over 40 minutes, and because we're warming you from the inside out, and it's also people who can use our device 2, 3 times a day if they want. I mean, it's a major addiction. I was just on the phone before this with another call that had to do with um, PTS for service people, and it's a big project we've been working on for a while.
Right.
But what what happens with people with PTS, and then that stress, and then on top of that, they get depression, and then I'm not even going to repeat because I don't want to put this in the universe. A number of military people, veterans that are committing suicide daily. There's certain things I won't put in the universe because I that's a terrible, terrible number. But they get addicted to our machine because it puts them in the parasympathetic, and it will, in fact,
They put them in the state of love.
that's true. Oxytocin all the way, guys.
That's right. Actually, we call this, when you use this machine, it's the dose. You get your daily dose: dopamine,
Right.
oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. It kicks them all in high gear.
I had somebody explain that to me on Saturday, like when we were at the Oscars, and said, what her friend was saying, what did you feel? She said, what I felt was the same feeling when I hold somebody's hand. And I thought that was pretty spectacular.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, okay, so why don't we talk about, I'd like to tell a story, and then maybe you can tell us about some more studies you've been doing. I know you were doing a study with something to do with pilots, but I'll tell you about, I want everybody to understand this. A lady came in to me just recently, and she has stage 3 cancer, and she had ascites really bad in her abdomen. That's what happens when you're entering almost into stage 4. So anyways, this lady here, she would have a bowel movement every 10 days, Tom, every 10 days. So, and the reason why is because there's just so much pressure in the abdomen, and the cancer was in her liver, it was also in her small intestine, okay, it was also down in her ovaries, so we know this whole area is really inflamed badly. I had her put her hand in, and within probably about 30 to 45 seconds, she said, oh my God, get it out, get it out. She was feeling pressure under her armpits and in her groin. And I said, no, just breathe, just relax. You can do this, you can do this. So I said, just breathe with me, just breathe with me. And then guess what? She actually did it for 2 half-hour periods because I did a consult on her. And her ascites came down, Tom, by about 40% that night. And the next day she had 3 bowel movements. So we know that circulation but it's all about energy, right? It's about relaxing things so that they can actually contract properly, like, contract, relax, contract, relax. That's what cells do. But when you're in contraction all the time, that's how you get locked up. Just like Tom, we've been using this a lot with pregnant women, and you should see the difference in women with their hips, the inflammation in their pelvis, and also delivery time. Because understand something, mothers are very fearful today because mothers are not so healthy today. Women are losing more babies today than they've ever lost because of pelvic rot, because of so much toxins in the pelvis, because they just not are aware of proper bowel and liver health. So this is what we use it for. If we can get people to relax, if we can increase their circulation, then we can increase their life. It's all about alignment. Everything is. Whether you're talking about the digestive tract or you're talking right down to the cells, everything is circulation.
That's so. Every Thursday we have our a call with people sharing their experiences, and it's a private group, so they're pretty straightforward. But last week it was all about pregnant women and the happy fetus, and I had never heard that before. Every time that they're using the machine, they say they get movement. They can tell the fetus is happy. We have had women that there's a disease or a state, I should say, that the
Good.
baby stops growing before it's to be birthed, and we've had reports. And actually, I just got a picture of the baby that was 4 pounds with about 2 months to go, stopped growing, and the mother used the Avacen because her attending birthing mother or birthing, I forgot what they call them, but that baby was born, and in the last month, because she was using the Avacen and she can't think of anything else she was using, was born at 5.1 pounds, And the picture that they sent, now the baby's like 8 pounds after another month. But and we've had so many experiences because microcirculation, of course, the same circulation goes to the fetus. So what are you doing? You're providing more oxygen, you're providing more nutrients, you're getting rid of toxins that may be there yet, and that's one of the more wonderful things that has been shared with us recently. And it's strange that you brought that up because we just had the birthing mothers talk about it last week.
Well, it's
Amazing.
if you were the fetus, would you want your mother to be relaxed?
Yeah, exactly.
Would you want her to be feeling love?
Right.
Yeah. I'm just going to cut in for a second because I keep getting this people are asking. So can you buy it? Yes, we sell it. It's on docofdetox.com. And I don't know the exact price, but I can ask Tom. But what we're doing is it's on sale for the next week. And what we do is we give you a $500 credit in our store. So if you buy one, we'll give you a $500 credit towards products, okay? That'll get you started so that you can use the Avacen, and then you can do some of the more important products like the daily cleansing tea, like the black diamond, the black gold.
C60.
Get yourself
The
a coffee
C60,
enema
yeah,
bucket.
yeah.
Get yourself the C60. So we're trying to provide you with something. So Tom, I'm not even sure. Do you know what the price is? I'm not a big
It's
guy.
not tens of thousands. Someone says it's tens.
It's 30.
No.
Is it 30?
33,000.
What is it, Tom? 3,400?
It depends on whether you get a 3-year warranty
Yes.
or a
Can you
1-year
tell them what
warranty.
that is?
Yeah, and so the 3-year warranty is that's our most popular one. We have a 1, a 3, and a 5-year warranty.
And that's all on our website.
That
They
price
can buy
is
it.
like, yeah, I haven't looked at it recently, but I think it's 3,200 and then 2,790 or something like that, which is already discounted because we discounted it for the Academy Awards. Okay, so we're keeping that through the Grammys, which is this weekend. So not only they're getting a double hit this weekend, actually. So they'll get the Grammys discount from you, and they will get the additional $500. One thing that's this isn't a pill. I mean, it's not a pill that you take and only you take it. This is a family device, and people are starting to call it having a doctor in the house because over the last 2 years they haven't been able to get appointments with the doctors, and so they started relying on the Avacen and their friends and everything else. So it's a great family device.
Well, Tom, you do know that most people are going to the doctor because of anxiety.
But
And you're
yes,
not going to have
absolutely.
anxiety, even if you have to use this thing, and I'll say it, you don't have to. But if you had to use this thing 3 to 5 times a day, it's going to train you to calm down. It's going to retrain your brain. Everybody, you need to get this. Your personality is based on your belief systems. But they're not your belief systems. They're based on everybody else freaking out in your family, all your friends, and everybody else believing all the BS, dysfunctional belief systems, because of the news and everybody else. Think about this. What if nobody believed anything on the news or the media anymore and we just minded our own business? Well, you probably wouldn't need Tom's device. So the reality is you can't mind your own business, which is your health, okay? You don't know how to create a perfect day for yourself on an emotional, physical level. And I'll tell you something, you can pay someone for therapy, or you can get this thing to just do what a therapist can never do. What if this could actually teach you a new program where you actually unconsciously were able to respect yourself and not react and attack, but only take positive action, because you're getting so used to staying calm that now you don't react all the time. And that's the problem. As long as you keep reacting, okay, this is exactly what Tom was talking about, insulin. You're just going to mess your whole life up. And remember something, if you don't learn how to calm down, you're teaching your children how to spin out. If you don't learn how to calm down, you're making everybody else sick, not just yourself sick. So you need to think about this, guys. If we were to just ignore everybody that thinks they're authority over us, and we were to take all our time, all our energy doing things like this, and also, you're not going to get wealthy when you are stressed out. You're going to get wealthy when you're healthy, because you need energy to think right and to even go to work. I know that if I do not do Avacen, if I don't do the other things that I do, like I have a whole regiment that I do, you know, loving, honoring, and respecting yourself is first and foremost before anything else or anyone else if you want to enjoy this life. Tom? Serena, what do you
Totally.
think?
Oh, that's the best thing I ever learned since I've been here. Loving, honoring, and respecting yourself, and rewarding yourself with things like spending time on this energy medicine is amazing. I love this machine. It's my favorite.
So you can go and you can get other devices and buy other units, but you're not going to get what you're going to get for the price that you're going to get with this. This
Yeah.
is very inexpensive. Like somebody was saying, oh, how many tens of thousands is this? See, you have to understand something. Tom has created something that is totally a scientific breakthrough, but when you think about it, it's so simple. You know, it's not complex. And Tom, do you want to tell them how it works, like how it
Sure,
actually
absolutely.
works on the body?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we start off with the palms of your hands and the bottom of your feet. Those are your body's radiators. And those have a unique vascular system in there called arterial venous anastomosis. And the arterial AVA. The AVAs hold 1,000 times more volume than the capillaries do that are right next to it. So it's a great source of blood, okay? And so when you put your hand in this, and I invented this, you put your hand in there, it's a vacuum chamber. So the vacuum chamber does a couple things. First of all, it pulls more blood into the palm of the hand. So you have more blood to rest against the heat transfer pad. Now that heat transfer pad is 108 degrees. So it's not, I mean, scalding water is like 120 degrees. So it's not uncomfortable. So what I'm doing then is I'm distending, I'm bringing more blood into the palm of the hand, I'm putting it against the heat transfer pad, and the heat transfer pad will start warming the blood in the palm of your hand. Now that sounds great. And, you know, if you're as intelligent as I think everybody is here, you say, well, you know, I'm going to put my hand in a pail of water that's 108 degrees, and I'm going to say buying one of these things. Well, here's what happens. Here's how the body works. Any part of the body where you have excess heat or cold, for that matter, above or below normothermia, what will happen is your body is protected all over by vascular systems, peripheral capillaries, and even in the hand. So what happens is, and think of this as your house. You're trying to keep your house at 72 degrees, and all of a sudden somebody opens a window and cold air comes in or hot air comes in. And so the hypothalamus is your thermometer. It's managing your house. And so the way the body works is when this comes in, it needs to shut that window. And shutting a window in your body is causing vasoconstriction. That means it's constricting the vascular system where the blood is that I'm trying to heat. Well, the only body hack that I do, and we've had over 20 million treatments right now with zero adverse effects because I use all the natural adaptations of the body. The only body hack I do is I've got that vacuum. And so while in the palm of the hand, the sympathetic nervous or hypothalamus through the sympathetic nervous system is trying to close that window or close or vascularly constrict the vein or the vascular bed where the blood is that I'm heating. I pull it open. So I stick a heat pump very safely on your system. And so I keep pumping heat in, and there's a period of about 7 minutes, and you had it right on, at about 7 minutes that I've slowly increased the heat or the core body temperature more than the body can get rid of. Because as I'm slowly heating the blood in your body's getting rid of that heat. And at this point, early on, it's through your breath. And then when it gets to about 7 minutes and they see, well, this device is overcoming my ability to get rid of heat, then what the body does, it dilates the peripheral capillaries throughout the whole body. And you can think about that if think about your foot. And your foot has a lot of blood in it, just like the palm of your hand. So if you're laying in bed at night and you're warm, naturally or without even thinking, you'll put your foot out from underneath the covers. And what's happening is you have that blood, and that's the same as your peripheral capillaries. You have more blood in the bottom of your foot, and that blood is, let's say it's 99 degrees instead of 98.6 degrees. We'll talk Fahrenheit here. And I use something called the second law of thermodynamics, and that means that heat goes to cold. So that 99-degree blood is in the bottom of your foot is exposed to 72 degrees in a room, and the body is elegantly cooling itself down. And I do the same thing. At 7 minutes, I start dilating those peripheral capillaries, so um, the body can get rid of this excess heat. Well, guess what? Not only do I dilate the peripheral capillaries, I dilate all of the capillaries in your brain, the capillaries go into your organ tissues, to your kidneys, to your pancreas. And so what happens then? So I've warmed the blood. Blood's a non-Newtonian liquid like molasses. You warm it and it gets thinner. So now we have thinner, warmer blood going. That, number one, relaxes the muscles. So if you have any stiff muscles or muscle tension on your nerves, that just dissipates. And then secondly, now there's more room, there's more delivery room to get to the cells. And so now your cells are being treated with more oxygen, more nutrient. And actually we go through the blood-brain barrier doing this, but more oxygen, more nutrients, and we start taking away toxins. And we also get rid of excess interstitial fluid, which is the job of the capillaries. Most people don't know. We just had a lady they sent us an experience. She lost 80 pounds in, I think, 2 or 3 months using our machine. And she lost it. It wasn't fat. She had all this excess interstitial fluid in her body. And it's amazing. That's
inflammation. So she was so inflamed, okay,
Yes.
that her body said, we have to hold on all the water, because I mean, if there's a raging fire, because inflammation, the first part of the word is inflame. So she's inflamed, so we got to take water to the fire, and the fire was so bad that she was on the verge of mutation. There's no way that you can have that much water, okay, in the body unless the body's going, okay, we're right on the edge of mutation here. You better swell her up with so much fire to try to bring down the inflammation in her body. So the machine put her into a relaxed state, brought the inflammation down. The body goes, guess what? We don't need the water anymore.
Exactly. Well said. But anyway, so that's how it works. I warm up very safely. I warm your blood. Your blood causes the capillaries to dilate. And if you look up thermotherapy and read all about thermotherapy, that's what our device is doing, is thermotherapy, and also putting you into using thermotherapy to get into a parasympathetic state, and then the benefits go wild, really.
Yeah, there's no limit that what it can affect, but it affects some things greater than others, but everything gets affected. I mean, you can't increase your circulation without having increased healing, and you can't decrease your circulation and not think you're not going to get sicker.
Correct.
Yeah. So what other things have you worked on? I know that you were working on one with dealing with COVID and pilots, weren't you? With Boeing?
No, it wasn't actually us, but it was a
Okay.
study done at the University of Arizona
Okay.
and Boeing. And what they were doing, they were using uh, heat in the cockpit after the pilots left to reduce the transmission of COVID among different crews.
Okay.
And so they wanted to find out if they treated all of the surfaces in the cockpit with heat, how much of the virus would that kill? And they found out it was about 99%, and I think it was 104 degrees Fahrenheit they used, and 120 degrees to kill 100%. So it was really 99.9%
Okay.
of the viruses got killed with were got rid of with 104 degrees. Well, our device is warming your blood at 108 to 105 to 108 degrees. So, and I think this is important. I'm not saying that we get rid of or we kill the COVID virus, but it was a good analogy for looking where somebody actually proved that heat and and you know in killing the virus, in that case COVID, works. Oxygen also works in killing viruses.
Well, that comes with increased circulation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Dr. Otto Warburg proved that you will get cancer if you go 3 days with a deficit of 35% oxygen. The cell would rather change itself than die. So increased circulation delivers more oxygen.
Yeah, I just want to be clear that we're not an HVAC machine. We're not a hyperbaric oxygen
No, you're
treatment.
not.
But what we do is we make more pulmonary cycles because the circulation is increased in the delivery to the cells. And so we're delivering more oxygen. As a matter of fact, one of our big markets is hyperbaric oxygen treatment centers, and they have 10, 12 devices, and they will use the device on their customer first to dilate the capillaries, and then they put them in the hyperbaric chamber, and then they pump them full of oxygen. Now they've got dilated capillaries that can deliver more of the 5 times more oxygen that they're putting into the blood. By the way, we do make, other than oxygen, and we do make almost everything more bioavailable. So the excellent products that you guys have, in conjunction with stacking with the Avacen, you're even gonna get more benefit if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So somebody was asking again, yes, it's a $500 credit that you can use on any store product that you want, okay? Any of the Dr. Detox products. And yes, it's on for another week. A week from now, that's how long we're gonna run the sale. So Tom, so what do you see in the future? Do you have any more studies coming up?
Yes, we had a major university sign up to do an A1C study for us, because what we've seen and what has been reported to us is people with A1C of approximately right around 9 after using our device for only 28 days.
Can you explain to people what that is, what you're talking about?
Yeah, okay. So A1C is a long-term. When I say long-term, you can measure if you're type 2 diabetic, you get 2 measurements if you go and you have your blood tested. One of them is the amount of glucose in your blood, and that's measured in milligrams per deciliter. And so let's say it should be around 100 or less than 100 if you're not pre-diabetic. And then if you're diabetic, it's usually a pre-diabetic above 100 to 120, somewhere in that area. And then A1C is more important because your blood glucose level is at a specific period in time. So you may have had a big glass of orange juice before you had your blood test, and that's why they have you fast. But A1C is usually an indication over 13 weeks of what your average blood glucose level is. And so if you have 9% and we get you down to 5.5 or 6%, that's what the Avacen does. And so we see that over and over and over again. Anyway, so we had a major university that was going to do it, and they backed out. Come to find out that they get a lot of funds from big pharma. So I'm just going to put 2 and 2 together. So we're looking for another party to do that. And we're also doing a wound healing study. So we just finished the diabetes, and then the follow-on was the A1C for diabetes. And so, wound healing is a relatively easy study to do, but getting an IRB for it because you're punching holes in people is not as easy to do. And it was hard to find during the COVID period. It was very difficult to get subjects for our studies. And so now that's freeing up, and people are more available to participate in studies.
Beautiful. What else would you like to share with the audience?
Well, I think they should look into your resort health resort. I just love it. I love reading every page on there. I love seeing everything that you have. So I'm I can't go without saying what a great job you're doing, and I really appreciate that. The exciting things for us happen every day, and it's because we have so many things that we do. I'm just absolutely thrilled with the time that you've given me to talk about this. And
well, I'd like to have you on once a month because I think it's too important. And people can think, well, it's a product and they're both selling it, but it's one of the most amazing health products, and we need to talk about it.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it's
you.
called Avacen. People think it's Addison. It's Avacen. That's Avacen. And you'll see it under EMF/light in my website. And if you want to tell people, they can go to my library and look under the Energy Medicine Guide, and you'll see a couple of other shows I've done, but we're going to put this show up definitely, and we'll refresh the show, and we'll put that at the very top if you want to tell people about it. But understand that you can give us a call, anyone, but I'll tell you, you are investing. Go ahead and check out all the other energy medicine stuff. I've been around, you know, Tom, I sold Rife when I was 22. I was selling a Rife equipment back then when I was 22 years old, you know, and then I got heavily into ozone, and we were doing ozone therapy in Toronto in the whole HIV era, right? So, and then I have right now, I have 8 of Tesla's original Tesla devices that I bought. I mean, they're the originals, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, so energy medicine has always been my forte. And just know that what did Einstein say? Energy medicine will be the way of the future. Because whether anybody believes it right now, between the blue light poisoning that people are getting, that they don't realize that they need a pair of Teslas like this, you do know that if you wear, this is not a commercial, but if you wear Teslas, it'll take all blue light and turn it into healing light and actually repair your eyes and your brain, everyone. There's not another pair of glasses in the world like it. Are those Teslas?
Yeah, they're blue light.
No, they're way different. No, blue light is like trying to slow down the damage.
Right.
These Teslas, you put these on, headache's gone, stress is gone, and it will actually cause.
They're on it now.
Do you know what C60 is, right? Like Tesla invented C60, carbon 60. He actually did, and his invention is in these lenses. And we sell these, and when people start wearing these, that's it. Your eyes turn around, your brain, you don't have the burning eyes, you don't have the headaches, you don't have the exhaustion. 20 minutes on a computer is enough to do brain damage, actual inflammation of the brain. And people don't get that. We're blue light addicted. But the reality is I want to get back to this. It's all about science. It's all about frequency. It's all about energy. And that's what this is about. This is about frequency, and this is about circulation. So, you know, it's got to be simple. It's got to be affordable, right? And oh my gosh, you have trouble sleeping? Try this, okay? Don't do this and try to watch a movie. It won't work out very well, okay? You'll keep on doing, you'll have to go back and do restart. Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to share something.
Avacen is an acronym. Okay, it stands for Advanced Vascular Circulation Enhancement.
Ah, okay.
There it is.
Advanced vascular enhancement. You were talking about circulation of the blood. I used to wake up in the mornings and I would have a clot of some red somewhere in my body.
No, it wasn't a clot. You were actually bruising.
Bruise, right.
So what happens when, and you don't mind if I say this, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, people that bruise without banging into things, their body's rotting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I know I'm rotting out because I had 33 radiations.
She had 33 radiations and how many chemos?
6.
And you see this Tom right here? Okay,
Yeah.
Through doing our products and hitting the Avacen hard, the radiation came out of her face only about what, a week ago?
Yeah.
Or 10 days ago. And I'm telling you, where she got radiated for cancer,
on the right side, yeah.
it's exactly the same spot, and it looked like it was going to eat her face away.
Yeah.
She's got pictures.
Wow.
So yeah, so she just kept on hitting the Avacen.
So I think
Then you realize, and I found this out from our COO who developed throat cancer, and he had to go and went to the City of Hope here, and he got, I think, 34 heavy-duty radiation treatments. But during that, he used our machine, and not only did it keep him, it kept him regular, but what really was amazing is he did not need manual manipulation of the lymph system, which is amazing. The City of Hope, they've never seen anybody like that before.
Well, what happens is the chemo's going to do what it's going to do. But what happened is after the chemo did what it was going to do, he actually eliminated the chemo in his urine, sweating, and in his bowel movements because of that extra circulation. If you don't have great circulation and you're doing chemo, then it goes right into your cells and gets locked in there, and then we know it bites you on the butt within the 2 to 5 years. It comes right back around and gives you the slap.
Right.
Right?
But I'm telling you, I don't bruise easily anymore. I have no more bruises. It's amazing.
Wow.
So I know it's due to your energy medicine. It's amazing.
It's funny. It's one of the richest people. He's got a 27,000 square foot house in Santa Barbara and a 10,000 square foot penthouse in Tribeca. And he bought our machines for arthritic conditions in his knees. And it helped him with that. And then years later, he called me and just said, I need one more of these for my nephew. And I said, how's it working? How's your arthritis? Are you still using the machine? He said, well, my arthritis, I don't know. It went away. I forgot about it. But the reason I'm keeping it, I don't have my blood spots on my arms anymore. And this guy was in the entertainment business, and that's what he kept it for. And same with my dad. When my dad was using it, those blood spots just disappeared. And
Yes.
the bruising.
Yeah, somebody says here the blood's too thin, that's why it bruises. That's actually not true. The blood is toxic, it's lacking oxygen and nutrition, and that's why you're bruising.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not because it's too thin. Because blood does not thin out, it gets thick. What thins it out is doing things like blood thinners, and we know they're very toxic. So no, the blood is not getting too thin. The blood actually gets thicker when you bruise. And understand it's contamination that's causing it actually, and it's bringing down the tissue integrity.
Yeah.
Okay?
Totally.
Yeah, so somebody was commenting, and I just don't want to give people the wrong impression because that's not even true. Okay? And you know what? A lot of people don't really have truth, and I don't mind being challenged, guys. And I love when you challenge me on my theories, but just understand something, okay? I've done a lot of research, and I'm going to do more and more because I can always learn. I can always learn. But I'm going to tell you something. It's all about circulation, and we've become a lazy nation. We've become very lazy. And I'll tell you, this has gotten people that don't have the energy to get off the couch or get out of bed to start living their life again. And you can take it or leave it, but you're going to feel that way. And it's going to put you into a passive situation, but you're going to feel energized.
Yes.
You're going to feel energized after you do it, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you just have to go. I'll go and I'll do a half an hour. It'll calm me down, okay? And it'll get my circulation going, and then we'll go, you know what? Maybe we will go out and do something.
Yeah.
Let's just do that, okay? And the reality is this. The circulation that you need, you're not going to get it if you're stressed out because you don't have the energy anymore. So if you can get the circulation going, you'll get the energy to go start living again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chris says, does it help to get rid of purple feet from capillary and vein damage?
Yes, it will. But if I can say something, and then I'll let Tom take it away. But if I had that problem, that's not great because I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be heading into neuropathy too, love. Okay, if you've got purple feet, then guess what? You don't have. After purple feet comes black feet. And understand something. If you take my clapper, I don't know if I have it here. I don't. Guys, if you see my clapper, get it. If you clap anywhere on the body and it turns light purple, black purple, or black, that's the infection and the contamination coming to the top. You should be able to clap your body anywhere and never have any bruising. Bruising, this does not bruise. And I'm trying to make a situation here. Okay, I guarantee you, when you started this, you bruised all over, didn't you?
Oh my goodness, yes.
She went black and blue, all her arms everywhere. Now she can clap, and she can clap hard right on the skin and do it for 20 minutes, eh?
And yeah, just the other day, no more bruising.
And no more bruising.
Amazing.
And guess what? This brings the bruising to the surface, but what if you were using this? What if you use this? Okay? So the reality is that your purple feet, that's because your feet are dying. They're not getting enough oxygen, not getting enough nutrition. You've got displaced calcium, crystallization, scar tissue in your feet. So understand, your feet are getting choked off. Hey, let me tell you something. Were you ever a kid and you held your breath? What happens to you? First you go purple, and then you go white, okay? And the reality is this. If you go and you clap your feet, okay, and you use the Avacen, but understand something, there's more going on than you think. You need to get the cork out and use the daily cleansing tea every day for the rest of your life, morning and night. And then you need to do the ultimate coffee enema. And then here's the icing on the cake. And I'm going to keep coming back to this. Listen, I sell what's called a biotron. I sell what's called a sentient element. And you can take it or leave it. But this is the first thing I ever promote. The other two, the strongest PEMF in the world, you can put any frequency into it, so you're off and running. Okay, the biotron's the only full spectrum light, but the first thing everybody always says, well, I can only afford one. I always come to this one, and you can look at any video that you want, and you'll never see me saying the same story, because this is the one I go with all the time. And if you don't believe me, the last time we ordered a whole, what do you call that? A big flat of Avacens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pellets.
A pallet of them. Yeah. And the
I think it was 2 pellets.
Yeah, I can't even keep up. I can't keep up with my stuff anymore. I'm the guy that just does yeah. Okay. Anyways, I just want everybody to understand something, that you will not be disappointed. And I need you to think about something here. Supplementation is needed, we know that. But it's got to be high frequency supplementation. But the reality is guess what? Every supplement that you take is about what? Bringing up your frequency. Here's a supplement right here. Just put your hand in it. At the end of the day, every supplement you take, whether it's an inexpensive one or an expensive one, the whole solid form of it leaves, and the only thing that stays behind is the frequency. As Einstein stated, okay, energy medicine is the future, and you're going to have to hook yourself up to it, because the elite are going to attack you with blue light, and they're going to attack you with 5G, 4G, and everything else they can. So you've got to go and you've got to fill yourself up with the light. You've got to fill yourself up with frequency. You've got to increase your circulation. How are you going to do it? Tom?
Yep. No, I totally agree.
You want
So?
to go to the questions?
Okay, go to the questions. Can you read them?
Yeah. There was somebody was asking, I have the Avacen and working with it every day.
Oh, can you share, wait, can you share Avacen with others without sanitizing it? Yes, you can.
Yes.
And you get these little, you see this here? You put, oh, here's Susie's. You write Susie's name on here. There's her little glove. And then Jimmy has his. Everybody has their glove. And you get, I think you get about what, 40, Tom? 40 gloves in a?
No, actually, you get 20, no 25, but that's enough for one person for 4 years.
Okay, so there you go. And they don't wear out. I'm using the same glove over and over again. Mm-hmm. But
right.
You do want to do this because you don't want to put your hand in here and have jewelry. This is $250, this cuff. If you you wear this, you'll never have to worry because it's going to protect. Either that, you got to also, it's best to take your jewelry off, right, Tom?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Now
Okay.
you'll get a message that'll tell you to take it off. Although everything happens automatically, the little display up there will say remove jewelry.
See what Serena did? Take off jewelry. Thanks.
Yeah. So that bladder inside the cuff, it's almost impossible to rip it, and we actually can put in 22 pinholes before the machine will stop working. But if you put a slit in it with a diamond ring or something like that, or your pet gets caught inside there, because cats love it because they think it's purring at them and they love the warmth. That's the only time that will happen. But we've had people that have had devices for 6 years and have never had any problems with it.
We never have a problem with ours. I've had a problem where people have come in and we've had, let me see, in over the years, we've only replaced the cuff once. So
Yeah.
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 Do you see anything?
Yeah, how do I know where to place my hand in the Avacen?
Oh, that's really simple.
Before, yeah, it tells you when to put your hand in.
And it also, guess what? It lets you know that you're not doing a great job. And then the other thing is that it's actually a game in here. So the better you are with holding your hand steady and relaxing, the more points you have. Right, Tom? Do you want to explain that?
I think Brett has
So,
one. Wait a
yeah,
minute.
so
Tom, hang on a minute. I think Brett has a unit, and he says that he puts his hands in. It moves my hand when it starts up. It doesn't, right? It doesn't move the. He says.
Well, once the bladder opens and expands, it may pull it in a little bit.
Yeah, the bladder causes your hand to adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a little hump on there that you want to keep in the palm of your hand. It's,
Yeah.
But This is the only actually FDA cleared class 2 medical device that has a game mode. And we now call it compliance mode or game mode. But, I invented it. I put the game mode in there for my autistic nephews, okay, because they needed to use it for 20 minutes and they would get frustrated at 2 minutes and they had to pull their hand out of it. And so now with the game mode gives you more points. It's I think it's 1 point a second. If you have it on the sweet spot, it also lets you know if you have it on the sweet spot. But it's like riding a bike. You don't even look at it after a while, and you can turn it off or you can turn it on. We have husbands and wives that try to get better scores, and actually it will give you a final score. It will tell you if you have the highest score. It'll keep track of the previous highest score, and then it also gives you a reinforcement message. Which the kids like, and it'll say you did a fabulous job today, you hit a home run today, or if they fooled around, it'll say my grandma could have done better. Let's try again, and so yeah, that's what game mode. And now compliance, when you change it to compliance mode, if you're a practitioner, you can if you want to make sure somebody's using it correctly, but you can't sit there and watch them for 15-20 minutes. You just come back and look at their score so you can tell if they've been doing a good job with it.
Someone asked, Iris, why don't you not have it for an option for over 30 minutes? That's interesting. I would like to know too.
Yeah, so we have, I think when we started out, our first peer-reviewed study was on fibromyalgia. And we really didn't have a protocol then because it was brand new technology. So we used to have 10 minutes and then we had 15 minutes. And so what happens at 30 minutes, you can either, if you're coming up on 30 minutes, just hold the up button down and get another 30 minutes, or you can switch hands, which we recommend that you use the one hand and then the next hand because you're building up the vascular system in your forearms at the same time. So.
And Marina asked, my condition is lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's. Any info for me?
First of all, I can't really give medical advice on that.
Well, this isn't medical advice, but can I answer that? And then you can, if you want.
Yeah.
This is not medical advice, so here we go. And I'm not medical at all. So let's make that perfectly clear. Circulation is circulation, and they don't own that word. Okay, so the blood is more liquid. The lymph is more like molasses. And let's say that you're inflamed, you're constricted. Let's say that you are the average healthy person, which is not healthy today. So the problem is if you take a look, we have the most in-depth thermography here. You've had it done.
Yes.
So when you get thermography done, you'll find out that everybody from stress, Tom, everybody's lymph nodes under their neck and their neck are completely jammed. And in their chest area is completely jammed up.
Yes.
And the groin. Okay, so that's jammed up. So lymphoma is where, okay, so I'm just going to say this. They're not going to believe it. You've been pooping in your pelvis all your life. So and you don't have enough. If you don't have enough exercise, if you don't drink enough water, those are the main things. Because it does move like molasses. Now, if I was going to use this device, and this device creates heat, and that heat has to be offset into my body, this heat, you're going to feel it wherever you feel blocks, because it's going to be trying to open up that block. I already talked about the lady that had lymphoma, and she had cancer, and she was all blocked up. She was all blocked up from it, okay? And when she did this, okay, she had lymphoma, and it spread, and she had it in her ovaries, and she had it in her liver. So she had it in her lymph system as well. After she did this, she had 3 bowel movements the next morning. I already told you the swelling went way down. So your lymph only moves through exercise. And if you don't eat the right products, like if you're not, let's say, and if I had lymphoma, I would be drinking structured hot water, nothing else. No cold water, no constrictions, just hot water. I would be also, if you're overweight, love, okay, I would be going on the advanced water fasting. And I would, if it was me, I would be doing an hour morning and night and maybe 2 half hours throughout the day. Well, you can't hurt yourself with it. And you know what, you can say, well, if we do this much, Daryl, the circulation comes up and that's great. Well, no, I know I need to know that I need to keep going in there. And I probably, if I was really tired and weak, you know, I might even do like 10 minutes 5 minutes every half hour to start throughout the day, and then work my way up to 10 minutes every half hour. Because guess what? You continually keep working on the circulation. You keep, look at, if I warm things up, okay? If I were to put molasses and I warmed it up, will it become thicker, or will it run like water?
Run like water.
That's right. So that's the reality. So let's just use logic, okay? And we already know that this works way better than an infrared sauna.
Oh, yeah.
So now let's do the hot
Definitely.
water. Let's get the cork out of our butt and get our bowels moving. Let's do the ultimate coffee enema. Let's go on the perfect day. Let's go on a perfect day diet, a whole plant-based food diet, and get rid of all flour, all sugar, all cooked food, all fried food, get rid of all our addictions, okay? And then let's go on a 6-day to 10-day advanced water fast, and I guarantee you, you'll be a new woman. And that's it. So there's no treatment, okay, that's going to work better than you.
Yeah, I liked your Einstein comment. I want to give you one from Hippocrates, and you've probably heard this before, but this is one of his famous statements. Now, he was the father of medicine. Those who cannot be cured by medicine can be cured by surgery. Those who cannot be cured by surgery can be cured by heat. Those who cannot be cured by heat are to be considered incurable.
There it is right there, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You just said it.
Do you want to answer Welsh, Chris? He has a question. The purple is from, he gets purple feet, right? He's from injecting when he was a young man on drugs and varicose veins.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, and everything matters, but it doesn't matter how you got there. It only matters how we're going to get back.
Right.
And understand, if he's got purple feet, he's going to have to take it serious, because he's like the cement foot. He's got 2 blocks. He doesn't have feet. He's got blocks now. And to do that, I'm going to tell you something, Chris. If you can get here, if you can come here for, let's say, 3 to 5 weeks, we can go in with the feet, because I can go in and do non-surgical using my elbow and going into your feet. We'd go in there for a half an hour each foot. We'd be able to go in there, believe it or not, we could go in there every 3 to 4 days. If he does the Avacen, okay, if he does clapping, if he does some of the other things and just lives off the juice bar, okay, within 3 to 5 weeks, he's going home with normal feet. It's impossible not to. See, the problem is, Chris, is that your feet, okay, through lactic and uric acid have crystallized. Now, if there's lots of inflammation and in your feet, then you're pulling calcium from your bones in your feet to try to bring down the fire. So between the displaced calcium, between the crystallization, you do know that inflammation. Okay, so what are muscles? There's not a lot of muscles down here, but there are muscles in the feet. What are ligaments, muscles, and tendons made out of, Chris? They're made out of tissue. Okay, so Chris, if I take a burger and put it on the barbecue and I turn the flame up high, what's going to happen? It'll be a piece of beef jerky after a while. Your feet are like beef jerky, dude. If you feel your feet, they don't have a sponginess to them. They have a hardness to them. And that's the crystallization, that's the calcification, that's the scar tissue formation. And I'm telling you, in 3 to 5 weeks, we'll completely turn these around. And you know what? You come here, you come on my show, and you come on my show every 3 to 5 days, and we'll show everybody your feet, okay? And you know, we'll do a trade or something, but you know, well, I want the world to know that all of this stuff is not real. You don't have to live like this. You need to live like this if you use the medical paradigm. When I'm broken, I will go get fixed.
He's coming. I've booked for the 27th of April.
Oh my God, now I'm in trouble. Now I'm in trouble. Okay, now guess what, Chris? You're coming on the show, isn't he?
Yes.
And we're going to prove that we can do what we just said. And we're going to make the impossible possible, because now, Chris, I need you to go and say this. I am possible when I decide that I'm worth it. And you are worth it. You're going to take massive personal action, and you are not going to have anybody as your practitioner but yourself. Maybe for the first few days here, maybe 3 weeks, we're going to give you guidance. And guess what? We're going to teach you everything that you need to know. Okay? Because health is not a mystery. It's only meant to be a mystery, Chris, so that you can't walk. Let me tell you something. First, we get you the limp. then we give you a cane, then we give you a walker, okay? And then we give you a wheelchair, and then we get you to go to pick out whatever size Depends you want from Costco, and then we're going to send you to hospice, or first the hospital, and then hospice. And that's the reality, and now it stops. I want to say something here. Okay, we have had, how many people? We've had a lot of people come here in wheelchairs.
Yes.
The only two people that are still in wheelchairs, I had a conversation with them, how long ago, 2 weeks?
Yes.
And I said, look, you love your wheelchair more than you want to walk. And guess what? I said, just admit it. And they said, you're right. And I said, then just stay here and enjoy everything. You don't want to walk anymore. Your power's in your wheelchair. And understand, there's people like that. Now, have we had about, well, no, we actually, not about, we've had 4 people since we've been here that came in wheelchairs. Yes or no?
Yes.
And are they, and how many people have we come with 2 canes and
Yeah.
walkers? How many?
Oh.
Guys, you have no idea. So it's all just, guess what? You know what we did, Tom? We have an energy medicine room. In that energy medicine room, we have 2 rooms, we have 7 rooms, and 2 of those rooms have Avacens. The room, it will be open from 7 a.m. in the morning until 8 a.m. at night. And that's for everybody to go p.m. at night, so that they can go in and just bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. So that everybody can do their energy medicine. And guess what? Guess what, Chris? Serena's going to take you the first time to the beach. She's going to show you how to sit on the edge of the beach, and she's going to teach you how to do a sand scrub. And you're going to do a sand scrub on your feet where there's iodine, there's salt in there for magnesium
Algae,
and iodine.
seaweed,
And you're going to do a sand scrub on your feet morning and night. You're going to go with the sunset coming up, and you're going to look, and you're going to do some sun gazing, and you're going to do a sand scrub on your whole body. Then you'll go for a 20-minute swim. Okay, then you'll come back and you'll get we'll do non-surgical on your feet, and then I'll use a device that is $100,000, and it's called a Celsonic, 25,000 volts, and guess what we'll do? How about we do 1 treatment on your feet, and we'll do the Celsonic, and you're going to go, oh my gosh. Okay, because the Celsonic goes in and it actually takes the calcium that's stopping your mitochondria from spinning. Your mitochondria are supposed to spin 25,000 times, and they're only spinning 300 times in your feet. And the first time we do it, you're going to go, oh my gosh, my feet just came alive. And that's between us pulling apart the scar tissue, and then also if we could get you on ionic calcium, and if we could also get you to use DMSO cream and paint away essential oil, okay, and you do all of that, and then you Avacen like crazy. I'm not going to let you do what Tom's going to tell you to do. I want you to Avacen at least an hour twice a day and a half an hour in the middle of the day, and we're going to hit that thing hard. Okay? That's what we're going to do. And Tom's going to tell you, because Tom sells it, and he's just got to be really, careful about everything. Because the more powerful a device is, the more powerful you got to watch how you talk.
Yeah.
Okay? And Tom has to be right on the edge of things. But I've made no claims. I'm just going to tell you that we're going to get your circulation back, which means you get to have your feet. That's all. So now you won't have your foot in your mouth anymore.
And I'm just a happy Avacen fan. NFL super fan. He says, I bought the Avacen. I fall asleep almost immediately. I don't make it to my bed, but I just logged on. Does it put you into a parasympathetic bed? Yes, it does, like a belly button therapy. So this guy loves it. And Chris Wells says, we all should be like him. I am impossible when I decide I'm worth it. And he's coming to join us. And let's get one for himself and to use it. It's amazing, Chris. Welsh Chris. I don't know which way around is your name, but I'm glad you are interested and love this program, are coming to join us. Amazing. Can't wait.
And just know this, Chris. We don't want anything for you except that you get your power back and stand in your power, and that you never need us.
Yeah.
Everybody, when you come here, you're not coming here for treatment. You're not coming here for cure. You're coming here to find your authentic practitioner self. If I'll make you this promise that you don't need me. You just think you do right now. But you do not need me. You have genius, and once we give you the proper strategies and we help get rid of the dysfunction that you're not good enough to heal, because you are. That's it.
You come here to learn to be your own doctor.
That's it.
You don't need any other doctors, just be your own
And
doctor.
just so you know, doctor means teacher. So that means that we want to teach you how to heal yourself so that you can teach others how to do it. There are no healers. There are no healers, Chris. There are no healers. It's all self-healing. All right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's it.
All right. Tom, I want to thank you, man. Really, I
Oh, you're
appreciate
welcome.
you. And
Yeah,
so,
we should do this once a month. Yeah.
so how about, I have a course coming up on April the 30th. So how about you come back on around April the 14th? I'll have my guys call you tomorrow. And
Right.
we'll talk about what's new in the world of Avacen.
Sounds great.
Okay?
Sounds terrific.
Okay.
Last question, Russell. We are in Ixtapa, Mexico. Go log on to, Daryl is going to run through with you the location where
Sure,
we're at and
I
how
will.
to get on. Yeah.
Okay. Tom, thanks very much. And sorry, I apologize that I was running late, okay?
Oh, it's worth it. Thank
Amazing
you.
machine you have. Amazing tool.
All right.
I love
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Tom, for
Okay.
putting your heart into this thing.
Thank you.
God bless, my friend. All right, so I just want to thank everybody for coming on. Can I see my script, please? All right. So, thank you. So, everybody, if you're interested in coming down to Ixtapa World Healing and Training Center, please go to braveheartnation.com. And the reason why I say go there is because you can see so many pictures and you can see all the different things that we're doing.
How we
And
live.
actually, when we get done with braveheartnation.com, it will be the best website for anybody who wants to come to Ixtapa or Zihuatanejo. And understand something. I just want you to understand this. You might have been to Mexico, but you haven't been here. This is a population of 3,200. Believe it or not, Ixtapa was actually meant to be the Cancun, but then a different president came in, so they moved all the money to Cancun. Thank God. We have all of the things that you would want here, okay, in the way of, there's like 20 miles just around Ixtapa of bike trails.
Oh, absolutely.
There's
I
an
love the
island
bike trail.
that's just a 10-minute boat ride that you can snorkel off of. You can go eat fresh fish there, right? The restaurants along the Zihuatanejo, which is only a 15-minute drive, that's where the airport is. The restaurants there are unbelievable. Are they beautiful?
Yeah, amazing. Great food, beautiful restaurant, beautiful views.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the market where you get your fruits and vegetables, you should be so happy that the Spanish people, the Mexicans down here, cannot afford chemicals. So you're buying organic without trying.
Yeah.
Okay? And the reality is we have the most amazing juice bar. We have the best juicers in the world. Our juicers don't make juice, they make nectar. And we make blender drinks and we make lemonade. I drank 3 quarts of lemonade today. And when I do a lot of shows, I drink a lot. We have a volleyball court here, right? We have
Yep.
2 pools here. Okay. We have a restaurant here. He makes great food. He brought the food for the dance.
Dance party, yeah.
We have a dance party here.
Every month,
The
every
next
week.
dance party is not going to be like a dance party. We are actually having the school come in and teach us Spanish dancing.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's going to be happening.
That'd be fun.
And that's going to be around the around the 23rd or 24th
Okay.
of this coming month. Okay, and then we'll do our next really big dance party graduation, and there'll be one on the 12th, and then we'll have another graduation 12 days later for the non-surgical people.
wow.
So we'll be doing the actual next course is April the 30th. If anybody wants to know,
Chris should be in that one.
and for those of you, the April 30th course, it starts off with the Whole Life Coach certification. Now understand, Whole Life Coach is real nutrition. It's not the A, B, C, D vitamin thing, mineral thing. We talk about what real nutrition is, what real detox is, and we talk about real emotional training for yourself and for your family. And if you're a practitioner, I promise you, even if you've been a practitioner for 20, 30 years, we're going to wow you. We will. We've got nurses, doctors taking it. We have lay people taking it. We've had teenagers taking it. We have everywhere. The last course we did, 40% of the people in there just came to take it to change their lives and their family, didn't
Yes.
they? The Whole Life Coach. And then the Wolf Non-Surgical, we guarantee that that's the most powerful course that there is in body work. And who else offers the money-back guarantee that you're not going to surgery and that we will outperform all the other therapies put together in the first treatment? And that's what we do. And you can think that's a sales pitch, but if you can actually pull it off, wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes.
Okay, So also, those of you that want to drive down here, because our letters aren't working for you flying, if you want to drive, we were giving letters out, but then we were getting 1,000, anywhere from a few hundred to 1,000 people, and even last weekend we had 2,000 people request letters. So yeah, we don't even have the staff for that. These are people who want to drive out of Canada. I can't believe all these people want to leave Canada, but so what we had to do is those people that are coming down here, if you get a consultation, which is $150, we're going to create a perfect day scenario on how to detox emotionally, nutritionally, and then you've got lifetime support from us for $150. You'll also get our perfect day lifestyle guide. Okay, we'll also send you the audio if you don't want to tape it, and then we will, for $5, we will send you the letter, because there's no way we can keep up with the letters. So we're actually going to, and in the letter, it's actually going to say that you're coming here for 6 months for personal treatment and training. And we can even tweak the letter a little bit better for you if you want. The practitioner that does the consult will actually look after that, okay? And just know that we're going to have courses in April, we're going to have courses in May and June, and they finish in July. So we'll have 3 courses, and then we're starting back up again in September. I don't need to see them, it's okay. They can just go to the dates to get them.
Right, we have another course, another show coming up, but for all those who are interested as to what we're doing here, the best thing for you to do is to get a perfect day consultation. Welsh Chris, you may be here at the end of April but not doing the course. To get you started, go on the website and get a perfect day consultation, and then you can start working towards your alignment, realignment from there after the
And understand,
consultation.
I want you to know that we are 100% integrity. If you get this consultation, which is worth $150, it'll be worth more than $1,500, $15,000, I don't know, because we're giving you lifetime support. If you're not happy about it, we'll refund your money, because we're not doing the $150 because that's all we're worth. We're doing it because the majority of the population aren't worth $150. They won't spend $150 on themselves. And we came to the conclusion that if we don't do this and we don't support people, because health is a language, if we just do a consultation and let you go, you're going to fall off the cliff like everyone else. And understand something. We said we were family, so let's act like it. Let's act like we really care. Okay? And
Fantastic.
and just know that we're also on Telegram, Rumble, Bitchute, Odyssey, Brighton. These are all the platforms we're on. And also, if you want, the next advanced water fasting kickoff is May the 11th. Okay? May the 11th, everyone. And if you want to join, then we do 2 weeks of what we call the Perfect Day Diet, and then we do a 6-day advanced water fast. So please check that out in my 6-day advanced water fasting guide in my website, okay, on my library. All right, and we also will be taking some time off this summer to really work on, we have a ton of people coming for personal treatment and trainings, and also for treatments this summer, because that's when people take off, right? And that's when they're going to come down here. And then we'll be starting our courses back up, and we'll be doing 3 courses starting September, October, and November, and then we'll be taking a break right around Christmas time. I just want to thank everybody for your patience. The show was late today, and yeah, we've got a lot going on, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to build a place to show people that, you know, your dreams are everything. Find your passion and purpose, and guess what? You've got to come first. You have to come first. And would you like to read the Braveheart Oath?
Sure.
There you go.
I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can, I am healed, I am Braveheart. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Remember something. One law, one love, unconditional self-love. 3, 2, 1.
Take
We got
back your
this,
power to
Bravehearts.
heal. Remember, we got this.
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and we're just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.